Hi, everyone. Welcome to EDP 400 and the Teacher Licensure Program at Franklin University. My name is Professor Wall, and I am lead faculty in the School of Education. And the purpose of this video is to explain to you the pre-course preparation assignment and making sure you have that complete, and also the process for being officially admitted into the School of Education. So let me explain what I mean by that. In the in any educator preparation program, which is what you're in, there is a two-tiered admittance process. So you first get admitted to the university, and then you get admitted into the School of Education. So right now, every one of you are a pre-licensure candidate. And then when you are officially admitted into the School of Education, you will your program code on your transcript will change to either middle childhood or intervention specialist, adolescent to young adult, primary, whatever license you are seeking. So, the purpose of the pre course preparation is to help you accomplish all of those things that need to be accomplished in order for you to be admitted into the School of Education by the end of your first semester. We like you to have be admitted by the end of your first semester. However, it's not a requirement. You can still continue through the program even if you're not admitted in this first semester. The only thing you will not be able to do, like we like to have you admitted before you start your methods courses. And your methods courses happen right before your student teaching. So if you are not admitted this semester, it's okay, but we really like you to be so that you can progress through and not have any difficulties along the way. Um, so when you go into, so I just kind of want to show you something in your Canvas course regarding admittance to the School of Education. So when you go into your dashboard, you will see this course, but you're also going to see, and you may see other courses that you're taking, but you're going to see some courses that don't have a number with them, and they're going to have this School of Education seal. If you happen not to see them, give it a week or so, because we might just be getting you enrolled. But after the next week, if you don't see these School of Education courses start to pop up, and you will have more of these than what I have here, then if you click on courses and all courses, um, only the ones that are starred are going to show up on that dashboard screen, but the rest of them will be here. So if you're looking for something and can't find it, that's where it's going to be. So on your dashboard, you're going to see one that says admittance to the School of Education. So if you click on that, and I'm going to switch to student view really quickly, these are all of the things that you have to do in order to be officially admitted. So, some of these you will recognize from your pre-course preparation assignment, and some of these are not on there. So, in order to be admitted, you have to take the Praxis core assessments. You have to do an intake interview, which you will be hearing about later in this course. You have to complete the School of Education licensure program acknowledgments. You have to get your background checks done. And then at the end of the semester, we'll check to make sure that you have a 2.5 GPA. So, make sure that you're doing all your work and studying hard. And then at the middle and the end of each semester, we will review all of these things for anyone who is not admitted. And if they have all of those things done, then they'll be officially admitted. So that's where, if you ever have any questions about anything about being admitted, this is the first place you want to go to. Because if you click on each assignment, it's going to tell you, all about this. So everything I am covering in this video is in this admittance to the School of Education program. So just so that you are aware of where you can find answers, if you don't remember, if you're having any difficulty, and you can always reach out to myself as well at danielle.walt.franklin.edu. So this is how you're going to get officially admitted, that second tier of admittance. And like I said, you notice that some of the things that are in this course are on that pre-course assignment form. So let's go ahead and switch over to the class that you're in right now, and I'll explain to you what you need to do in order to get that pre-course preparation assignment done. So from our home screen, so I'm in the EDP 400 class, and I'm going to click on pre-course preparation. And I'm going to pull up this pre-course assignments verification form. So the first thing that it asks you to have done is the BCI and FBI background clearance checks. Sorry, give me one second. So the BCI and FBI background clearance checks, you have to have these on file with us before we will release your field placement to you. We are legally required to make sure that you are cleared to go into a school. You have to have a background check on file with us that has one of these codes. If you already work in a school and you already have a background check done and it's done under these codes, you can upload that background check. And I'm going to show you where to upload it in just a moment. You can upload that background check you and then you're done. This requirement's done and you don't have to worry about it. These do have to be updated every year. Your BCA every year, and then the FBI, I believe, is every 5 years. So when you go to get it done, if you want to know where to get it done, you can click on this. I'll include this PowerPoint with the video. Um, you can click on here the list of background check locations, and you can find any of them that are close to you in Ohio. When you go in, you're going to want to tell them you need to get fingerprints done and that you're going to be doing field experience for a university. And you want to be sure that you clarify that you need it under these codes. So you need the BCI, which is the Bureau of Criminal Investigation. You're going to have that one run under 331939B3, or you can have them run it under 3319291. For the FBI check, you're going to have that run under 331939, or you're going to ask them to run it with the code 3319291. When they ask where you want it sent to, you want to have those sent to you. So, um, list of locations, make sure it's run under this code, and then have that sent to you. If you've already had them done, then you need to get yourself a copy of those clearance checks. Once you have them, what do you do next? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to record the date that you're either scheduled for. So I'm back to that pre-course verification form. I'm going to record the date that I have scheduled to get my background clearance check done, or the date I already had them done. And that's all I need to do for this assignment. Then, once you get your background checks, you're going to upload them to two places. One, you're going to upload in Sonia, which I'm going to talk about that in just a second. The other place you're going to upload is in Canvas. So in Canvas, I'm going back to that admittance to the School of Education that had that School of Education seal. And in Canvas, if you click on the BCI background clearance check, you're going to click on Start Assignment, and that's where you'll upload your BCI check. And then you're going to do the same thing for the FBI background clearance check. Okay. Um, so for the purposes of EDP 400, you only have to record the date you had them done or have them scheduled on the pre-course verification form. And then to be admitted into the School of Education, you're going to have to upload them in Sonia and in Canvas. And in Canvas, that's in that admittance to the School of Education program. So that takes care of your background checks. The next thing that you need to do for the pre-course preparation is Sonia. So on the pre-course preparation, you are going to tell me by the end of your first week, you should have access to Sonia. So you should get an email. Either it's going to come from Sonia or it's going to come from SOE Clinical Placement at franklin.edu, and it's going to say you have been registered to this program called Sonia. All I need you to do is verify that you have access to it. So you just put initials saying, yep, I've registered, I've logged in. Once you log in, you are going to have to put your background checks into here. So if you have any questions about that, make sure you email SOE Clinical Placement at franklin.edu, because our field coordinator has much more experience working with Sonia than I do, so I would not be the person to call about this program. Just letting you know. Anything else I can help you with, just not this one. But all I need you to do for the pre-course preparation is just say, yep, I've got access to it and I'm able to get it. If you don't have access, then you're going to need to email SOE Clinical Placement and ask them, could you please get me access? The next thing is the licensure program acknowledgement. Oh, sorry. Let me go back one second. So Sonia is how you're going to get your field placement. When you go in there, you're going to be able to request the schools you want to go to. You're going to upload your background, your BCI and FBI clearance check, and then that's where you'll get information about once your background checks are there and they've cleared, then you'll get information about where you're getting placed. So that's the purpose of Sonia. The next thing for your pre-course preparation is the School of Education licensure Program Acknowledgements. If you click on this link right here, it's going to take you to a PDF document and it's going to walk you through it. It's going to ask you yes or no questions. It's going to ask you to sign, like you can just click to put your initials and then you'll be able to sign. Um, so you need to get this form done. This is basically going to ask you questions like, have you been convicted of any felonies? Or there's different questions that it asks you. There are questions that I have to answer every time I apply for my license, and you will have to answer every time you apply for your license. And they're just so you know, okay, these are things that could potentially, if there's anything on my record, then you know that you might need to talk to somebody. So make sure you fill that out. Once you have it filled out, then go ahead and initial here that you've completed that form. The last thing on this pre-course preparation is the praxis core assessments. I'm going to tell you what to register for and how to register in just a second. But for the purpose of this assignment, I just need to tell you to tell me what date you are scheduled to take these. If for whatever reason you're the fund you don't have the funds to take them right now and you can't schedule because you have to pay when you register, then just put in here the date that you hope to take them in the future. So, maybe you say, okay, I want to get through these first 8 weeks of this semester and wait till that kind of 2 week break in between this first term and the second term, and I'll take it then. Then you can say, and so I'm going to wait to sign up because I'm waiting, till next week when I get my paycheck, or I'm going to wait until my financial aid return comes in or refund comes in. Put the date that you plan to take it. So maybe you're going to take it in October. Put October 2022. So if you register for it and you have a specific date, go ahead and put that in here. Or if you just have a date that you plan to take it, put that in here. Okay, that's all I need for this. If that date happens to change, I don't need you to go back to this form and change it. I just want you to be aware of having to take this. So, what assessments do you have to take? For the praxis assessments, waiting for my thing to change. Okay, there, the reason you have to take these is because this is part of that two-tiered admittance process. Um, Educator preparation programs, which is what we are, you have to show and we have to show that you have the knowledge to teach at least at the high school level. So these are not something that we can get around, unfortunately, even though we've tried. But we have done our best to reduce the cost to you. So we've lobbied kind of to reduce the cost as much as we can for you. So to take this test, you have two options for what you can do. You can either take each of these tests individually. So you could take reading, um, which you would sign up for the 5713. You could take math by itself, you would sign up for code 5733. You could take the writing, which is 5723. So you can take each of these individually, and they will cost you $90 a piece. Each one will cost $90. So you're looking at a total of $270. Or you can take the core combined. And this, it's either 4 or 6 hours that you have, but you're going to take all three of them at once. And you would use the code 5752. And this will cost you $150. So you're going to save $120 basically if you take this core combined. The reason I would recommend taking the core combined is you only have to take these assessments once. You'll notice that we have a passing score here. That passing score is not, you don't have to get that score um, in order to be admitted. So that passing score just tells us this is how much tutoring you will have to have if you don't meet it. Okay, so you only have to take these assessments one time. If you do not meet this passing score, then you will just have tutoring assigned to you. So you can choose which one you want to sign up for. And I'm going to talk kind of quickly because I'm running out of time. The registration, if you click here, that will take you to the registration page. The only thing I want to say about this is when you get to a screen that looks like this, you want to make sure you choose the option that says EPP test requirement. That is where you will find this core combined. If you choose anything in this side, you won't see the test that you need. So you're going to choose EPP test requirement and you can register here. So that, and then once you have your date scheduled, or if you have a date you plan, remember to put it on that pre-course verification form. So record the date you're scheduled to take it or the date you plan to take it and record it on that assignment. Once you have that all done, then you are going to sign that pre-course verification form, put the date on it, and then you're going